division, from Oakland, California, wearing purple trunks, weighing 173 1/2, Oakland Billy Smith. Oakland Billy Smith. And from Grand Island, Nebraska, weighing 180 pounds, wearing white trunks with a black stripe, Billy Noble. 8 rounds, your referee, Bernard Wiseman.
Keep on your punches up.
This is about following the main event, but fans are still steaming and percolating over the main event, and perhaps, if you'll forgive us, we'll devote a few more comments to it while this bout gets underway, which follows the main event. The question is, did Jersey Joe Walcott take too much of a risk and take too much of a chance by staying down too long? Did he feel, as in his training, he didn't train too hard, did he feel that he was just making one last shot for what is close to $250,000? If so, it was an easy $250,000. He was going to retire anyway. However, in justice to Jersey Joe, he may have miscalculated the count. There was quite a bit of noise because the left hook came so suddenly that it caught Jersey Joe in Marciano's corner. It didn't appear to be a paralyzing punch, but it was a clean punch, and it was to the chin, and it knocked him back on his haunches. And he sat there, apparently clear-eyed, looking directly at the knockdown timekeeper, who was across the ring and in direct line of flight with his eyes. In other words, he didn't have the alibi that the timekeeper was around the corner, to his right, to his left, or to his rear. So the referee picked up the count, and the referee started to chant in unison with the knockdown timekeeper, and the man at the bell was Mike Murphy, a very experienced man counting at the bell. Fay Young was the knockdown timekeeper. And as Mike Murphy and Fay Young were counting, they were holding stopwatches in their hands and counting off the stopwatch as it went along to 10 seconds. The referee did say 10, because I distinctly heard him sitting here in row 1, and Jersey Joe Walcott was in the act of rising, but actually he was not clear. His haunches might have been a few inches off the canvas, but his gloves, he was raising himself by pressing his gloves to the canvas, were touching the canvas at the count of 10. Nevertheless, the fans thoroughly disapproved of it, and can one blame them? They paid $50 a ticket. We are now in the bout that followed the main event, and another knockdown.
2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7. There's a loudspeaker that carries the count of the timekeeper. In other words, it's not the human voice. He's talking into a microphone, and the microphone amplifies the count. So it can be distinctly heard by a fallen boxer. In case you just tuned in and you're wondering why it isn't Jersey Joe Walcott and Rocky Marciano in there, late tuners inner missed the shortest knockout in heavyweight championship history when Rocky Marciano knocked out Jersey Joe Walcott with one punch in 125 of round 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bob Satterfield earlier knocked out Murray Burnett of Los Angeles in the 3rd round. And Willie Wilson of Providence knocked out Matt Anderson of Camden in 132 of the 3rd round. We've had a succession of quick knockouts here tonight at Chicago Stadium. But the quickest of all, and the quickest in the record books for a heavyweight title fight, was Rocky Marciano's knockout in the 1st round over Jersey Joe Walcott, 125. Marciano was a 3-to-1 favorite. The majority of the 436 fight writers here picked Rocky, but the majority of the fighters picked Jersey Joe. TV Guide lists as contenders now the behind Jersey Joe Walcott, who was rated #1 in TV Guide, #2 Ezzard Charles, #3 Roland LaStarza, and #4 Bob Baker.
The time 2 minutes 50 seconds. The first round winner by a knockout, Oakland Billy Smith.
Oakland Billy Smith is the winner by a knockout, so we over Bill Noble in 2:50 of the first round.